Right, buddy. Manchester United obviously lost 3-1 to Brighton. I want to talk about five things we learned from the game, giving a bit more analysis on the game. And yeah, let's talk about it. I mean, it was a very poor performance by Manchester United, one that lacked quality, some individual mistakes. And let's get straight into it. Listen, number one, Andre ONANA mistakes. I think ONANA made a big mistake. It was clear and obvious to see. It was two errors from him. I thought on the second goal and the third goal, he could have done better. I think on the Matoma one, he could have came and crossed it. He almost looked like he was going to and then pulled out last second. And on the third one, it's just very, very poor that Yari puts a great cross. Actually, not even a great cross. He just puts it into the danger zone. Onana should catch it. He thought he's going to release it quickly, get United on the counter-attack. And then he just does a calamitous mistake and just puts the ball back into the danger zone. Listen, Onana is one of the best keepers in the league. We've seen it before. But he's having these constant errors which are costing Manchester United points. Yes, he has the top, I don't know how many clean sheets he has. There was a point where he was leading the clean sheets debate. We haven't kept the clean sheet now, I think, in 9 games. We're very, very poor. And listen, under Ruben Amorim, we've only won 3 of our 11 Premier League games. It's not good enough. And I think Onana today will take a lot of the stick. But it's not like United were going to do anything. I wanted to talk about Onana because, listen, today wasn't the only mistake he's made. He's made so many mistakes before. And as a goalkeeper, listen, you're going to make mistakes. De Gea made them. Every goalkeeper makes them. But the ones that Onana are making are coming too frequent. And they're really big mistakes. They're costing us games. I remember last season it was Champions League qualification. This season, they've just been sloppy errors that's cost us game. You look at Nottingham Forest. You look today. Victoria Posen, yes, we won that game, but that would have been a mistake as well. Onana's making these silly mistakes, and they are really damaging Manchester United. But I just wanted to talk about that. Number two, Mazraoui was poor again today. I know Mazraoui's been one of Manchester United's most consistent players, but today we're very sloppy. I mean, 2 of the goals, yes, it was a great goal by Brighton, but he just got absolutely caught out. On the second goal, cross put into the box, he should do better. Matoma's going for the ball. He's dilly-dallying about, but he should be able to go with that one. It's just a simple over his head, and United are always poor on the back post. I think, as I said, Mazraoui's not a wing back. His best position is at the right centre back. I think you can see that again with today's performance. We need a Mazraoui. I think he's a very competent footballer, but if he's ever going to play for Manchester United in this system, it's going to have to be for me as that either right centre back or left centre back, because he's nowhere near good as the wing back. Number 3, lack of quality. I think there was a big lack of quality from Manchester United today. Everything we did, Brighton made Old Trafford their fortress. They were playing, this is supposed to be the theatre of dreams, and they came to Old Trafford playing nice wanted football over the top and playing out from the back, press baiting Manchester United. And listen, Brighton are a very good team. Credit to them. They're playing some very good football at the moment under Fabian Herzl, and they are looking like a very sharp team. You look at Manchester United struggling with confidence, not having good performances. It is really down to kind of Ruben Amorim to get United out of this mess. But Amorim knows these players, and he's trying to get the best out of a decent bunch, but they're just not performing on the pitch, and you can see that today. Brighton were a very, very good team. And listen, you look at the chances that we did have, only 1 shot on target, and that was the penalty by Bruno Fernandes. There was just nothing. All of Manchester United's quality comes down that right-hand side. And listen, Brighton limited that today. Estupinian, Matoma, Minte on the other side. I mean, down the left, United are toothless. I mean, there's nothing going on there at all. But yeah, there was just a huge lack of quality today in that final third by Manchester United. And listen, this isn't the only game. We've kind of seen it. We saw it against Southampton during the week. Yes, Ahmad, and we scored 3 goals, but there was just a huge lack of quality. We've seen it in the games where we can go away at Anfield, we can go away at the Etihad, at the Emirates, and put in good performances, but we can't do it at home against Brighton. I mean, our form at home is very, very poor. Now, the fourth thing we learned, Amorim can't trust these players, whether that's Lenny Yoro, I'm not saying he had a shocking performance today, but Lenny Yoro, who signed for 60 million, or whether that's Bruno Fernandes, who has been at the club for 4 years or 5 years. Like, some of these players' performances are very, very sloppy, and you have to be critical. What we've seen for them with some of these players, especially against Brighton, like, they didn't even go to second gear. They got the goals that they needed, and then they displayed it. How many times have we seen these sorts of games where you expect United to win in recent years just get absolutely turned over? Newcastle, Brighton, other performances where you expect United just to put in a decent display, we've just got absolutely turned over. And that's something that's very poor. Some of these players cannot be trusted, and I'm sure Amorim's beginning to find that out. I mean, Anthony's leaving, but we need to bring in replacements. Like, these are sort of the things that we must kind of sort out. Now, the fifth and final thing, Xerxes was good. I think I want to talk about Xerxes because the last couple of games he's had some good performances, and I'm sure Amarim will see that. It's still not really good enough, still not a good threat, not scoring goals, but he's offering more than Xerxes. He's linking play, he's dropping deep, and I think I would like to actually see, maybe in the game against Rangers, you put Bruno and Ugarte, or Bruno Manu, or Bruno and Collier deep, and then you have Højlund and Xerxes, maybe Ahmad lead, or Højlund, Xerxes and Garnacho, because listen, Bruno isn't effective enough. There's not enough quality and pace coming down that left-hand side. And I want to see if Xerxes can have a game with Højlund and see if they can really link up, because, listen, I don't think Xerxes is going to be that clinical 9, and I think Højlund will in the future be that 9. But I think having Xerxes with him who could hold up the play, maybe get him into play, help create chances for him, I think that could be something that will work, because today Xerxes was picking up to good positions. He had a few good shots and was getting around the pitch. So I did really like Xerxes' performance. It was very sharp. Lacked that cutting edge, which, as I said, that's why Xerxes never been a lethal striker, and that's why I think playing him behind the striker would actually be perfect for Manchester United. I think long term that must be something that we try. But you have to try out. Amarim is still learning. We've barely had any training sessions, but listen, we demand a lot more and we expect a lot more from this Manchester United team, and it was just nowhere near good enough today. So listen, let me know your thoughts. There have been the 5 things we learned. A very, very frustrating performance. We now drop down to 13th in the league. We've got a huge Europa League game coming up against Rangers on Thursday. Fulham next week. It's not getting any easier for Manchester United. Ineos must sort this out. We need to bring in players. We've got 11 days left of the January transfer window. I mean, we're hearing about Anthony exit, and that's really about it. So let's see what happens. These have been the 5 things we learned. Thank you for watching. Hope you did enjoy. Very, very poor performance by United again. Let's hope we can do something or show something in the next game. Individual errors. ONANA again today. Very, very sloppy. And other very weak-minded performances. But yeah, let's see what happens. Thank you for watching. 5 things we learned. We're 12th. And yeah, it's just a season not to remember for Manchester United. Let's see if we can get anything better from here. Amarim will learn a lot about this team. Yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.